What did it smell like specifically?
So if you take like armpits, ketchup, makeup, and a little butt, it's probably like that all mixed up. It is like the last vestige of nonpartisanship that we have to hold in this country, and we have to hold it in a very kind of religious way almost. People that gave everything. You cannot politicize fallen American soldiers come hell or high water. That is a red line you can't cross. He crossed it happily, and he's defending himself.
Want to know what happens when a former Republican congressman breaks the cardinal rule of Trumpism? Thou shalt not criticize the leader. Adam Kinzinger just found out, and Trump's reaction wasn't exactly presidential. From crybaby to traitor, the name-calling escalated faster than gas prices. But the real question is, why did this particular criticism send Trump into such a tailspin? I've got the inside scoop on why Kinzinger's words hit harder than all the CNN commentators combined. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever wonder what happens when you take away a former president's favorite toy? His ego. Adam Kinzinger just grabbed that toy and smashed it on national television. The result? A presidential tantrum that would make any 2-year-old proud. Let's break down Trump's reaction pattern. Most people go through the 5 stages of grief when facing bad news. Trump goes through the 5 stages of toddler meltdown. It's like watching a kid at the grocery store who just got told no candy. Entertaining for everyone except the parent dealing with it.
It is like the last vestige of nonpartisanship that we have to hold in this country, and we have to hold it in a very kind of religious way almost. People that gave everything, or to do something for anybody but yourself. So he does think they're suckers and losers, because to him, why give your life if it's not going to benefit you? Donald Trump has no commitment to truth. I mean, this is the thing is, every president in the history of our country has at least had a basic commitment to saying the truth sometime.
I'm genuinely surprised how people close to Trump haven't talked about the odor. It's truly something to behold. Wear a mask if you can.
Trump tried to ignore Kinzinger at first. He really did, but watching him try to pretend he didn't care was like watching a kid pretend they don't want that cookie while their eyes never leave the cookie jar. His fingers were just itching to grab his phone and start typing. Stage 1, denial. Trump's first move was claiming he barely knows Kinzinger. Classic Trump move. The problem, Kinzinger served on Trump's own transition team. That's like saying you barely know your own babysitter. Trump loves this tactic when someone criticizes him. Suddenly he's never met them, never liked them, maybe they served him coffee once. It's his way of saying nuh-uh while crossing his arms and pouting. Stage 2, name calling. When denial didn't work, Trump moved on to insults. First, Kinzinger was a crybaby, then a traitor, then a deep state operative. Trump's insult vocabulary is about as creative as a kindergarten playground fight. You're a duty head. No, you're a double duty head. His insults get bigger, but not smarter, like a kid stretching their arms wider to show how big the monster under their bed is. Stage 3, conspiracy theories. When name calling wasn't enough, Trump claimed Kinzinger is working for them. Who are they? Trump never says. They could be aliens, lizard people, or the guy who makes those impossible to open plastic packages. When Trump feels cornered, invisible enemies start popping up everywhere. It's his version of blaming the dog for eating his homework. Stage 4, deflection. This is where it got really good. Trump started talking about Biden, Hillary's emails, and somehow the price of milk. Anything to avoid talking about what Kinzinger actually said. It's like when you ask your kid why they drew on the wall, and they start telling you about dinosaurs. But did you know T-Rex had tiny arms? Yes, and you still drew on the wall with permanent marker.
You know, that to us, it kind of felt harmless, but this is a way to build the campaign coffers. So the news organizations, politicians, and then Donald Trump comes along. And
What did it smell like specifically?
so if you take like armpits, ketchup, makeup, and a little butt, it's probably like that all mixed up. So yes, he takes probably the lion's share of the blame, but look, people like Kevin McCarthy. Donald Trump was persona non grata in the Republican Party after January 6th. for 3 weeks.
Spent time with him?
I did, yeah.
You got close to him?
Not too close. No, like he invite all of us into the Oval Office all the time, and it's hard to avoid that.
Stage 5. Full meltdown. The all-caps social media posts started coming. The 3 a.m. rants. Reports even suggest Trump was throwing food at Mar-a-Lago staff. I'm picturing chicken nuggets flying across the gold-plated dining room as staffers duck for cover. The ketchup goes on the side, not on top. Nothing says stable genius like grown men diving to avoid airborne ketchup bottles. But here's why Kinzinger's criticism hit differently, and why Trump's tantrum was bigger than usual. Kinzinger isn't some Democrat or CNN host that Trump can easily dismiss. He's a Republican. He was in the room. He saw the mess firsthand. That makes him Trump's worst nightmare. A credible witness. When a liberal criticizes Trump, his supporters just nod and say, of course they're saying that. But when a Republican does it, that's harder to explain away. It's like when your own kid tells the teacher what really happens at home. My daddy says those words all the time.
First started saying, hey, the guy Donald Trump should not be leading our country or our party. Were you surprised that at the vitriol that was directed at you?
It's like, dude, I'm gonna lose in my district by doing it. Join the club, brother.
Yeah, you tweeted something I thought was fascinating. I think we have that here. This is last year you wrote about Donald Trump.
I think people were a little scared to talk about it, but it was obvious. Maybe it wasn't permanent or all the time, but it's there. You cannot politicize fallen American soldiers come hell or high water. That is a red line you can't cross. He crossed it happily, and he's defending himself.
The other reason this tantrum matters is that Kinzinger is just the first domino. Trump knows more former insiders are getting ready to speak out. Each one who breaks ranks makes it easier for the next person. Trump isn't just angry about Kinzinger, he's scared about who's next. Trump's team is scrambling to contain the damage, but they can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Kinzinger opened the floodgates, and now former staffers are calling reporters with stories. Remember when he wanted to nuke a hurricane? I was there for that. The most telling part of Trump's meltdown is how quickly he lost control. Politicians usually have prepared responses for criticism. They stay calm, they have talking points. Trump goes straight to throwing mashed potatoes. It shows how thin his skin really is and how quickly criticism gets under it. As more Republicans start speaking out, expect more tantrums, more all-caps tweets, more flying food. Trump can't handle criticism from his own team because deep down, he knows they're right. They saw behind the curtain. They know the wizard is just a man with bad hair pulling levers. Kinzinger pulled back that curtain, and Trump can't stand it. His reaction proves what we've all suspected. Beneath all the bluster is a man who can't handle being told no, being criticized, or being held accountable. Just like a toddler who needs a nap. Trump's meltdown over Kinzinger shows his biggest weakness. The guy just can't handle it when someone from his own team points out his mess. It's like when your mom tells you that you're grounded, it hurts more because she knows all your secrets. Next time Trump starts rage tweeting about some former ally, remember this simple rule: the louder he screams, the more truth they probably spilled. It's like a truth meter. More caps lock equals more facts. Watch this space carefully. Kinzinger is just the first rat jumping off the sinking Trump ship. More former loyalists are finding their spines, and Trump knows it.